Work today is broken. Every day, people juggle so many different tools just to get.
That's because you're sleeping late. You gotta wake up earlier. You'd be staying up on your phone now. We? Okay. We. Hmm. I don't know if this stock is good. It's only up 13%. What do you want me to show you, Wes, on the charts? Because now I can like move the charts for you and show you certain things. I don't think there's anything that's gonna really be popping up that looks good. Okay. So I would say one of the most important things is EMAs, exponential moving averages. Let me pull up the other chart so I can see what I'm showing you. Okay, so these are like right here are the settings, and you can like disable, and let me try to see if I can move this. Okay, yeah, there, so you can see better, a little bit better. Okay, then hold up, let me fix it. No. Okay, you see the chart now? The 1 minute, look at the 1 minute. Okay. So we'll just look at this right here real quick. And I have an example to show you on the trade that I took recently right now on how to use descending resistance to take profit. So our float is basically our shares. I don't know if you can see it right here. And like you can disconnect that. That's the disconnection feature, and then you have the settings and then more. I never really use the three dots though. Settings is you can change like the color and like the transparency of the line. So if you really want it lighter than usual, then you can do that. Or if you want it darker, you can do that also. And the market cap is basically how much. I think you do shares times, you get share times cost, and then you get the market cap. And that's just like how much the stock has in all together. And then the EMA is the exponential moving average. So it depends what you do. Since this is the 9 EMA, this is like over 9 candles, if that makes sense. This is the price over 9 candles, and a lot of people respect the 9 EMA a lot. You can tell right here, just by looking at it, how it kind of bounces off. Like it does a pullback, and this is what we kind of call a pullback. And then it hits the 9 EMA right here, and then it starts trailing up. And then if the 9 EMA doesn't work, then the next resistance level is the 20 EMA. And the 20 EMA is over 20 candles. And you can see right here, it kind of holds the 20 EMA now more than the 9 because it's kind of dipping below the 9. Like here, it's hitting 9 and bouncing up. And over here, since it's already dipped below the 9, it's kind of touching more. You could say more or less the VWAP or the 20 EMA. And then you have the 200 EMA. And then the 200 EMA is more like for daily. I don't think people really look at it more closely like on the 1 minute. It's more like a daily thing that I look at because on daily it's a really important psychological level. And then you have the VWAP, and then this is what like traders, like all traders, I feel like base things off the VWAP, volume weighted average price, and this is like determines, remember, the bullish and then the bearish, if a stock is bullish or bearish. And Bollinger Bands is like, I just now added it, but it's kind of like extreme measures. So like if it goes outside of the blue line, it's to say it people might start selling if it starts to get too extended or bounce. But there's certain cases where on startup sometimes it will not respect the blue line, and that's why I kind of hesitate on putting it sometimes, because when a stock pops up, it kind of just like crashes through that line. It doesn't really care. Like you can see certain points where it even closed above the line. It made a move higher, but it sold into it. So it's kind of like trading in between the 9 EMA and the Bollinger Bands. So sometimes it can be helpful, but it can also cloud your vision on what you want to see or what you're looking for. Because if you see it like above the blue line, you might be like, oh, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. Like maybe right here for this pivot, yeah, right here on this pivot, you could see like this is a pivot. So right here, so the high is 969, and then the high right here, you kind of would be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna take this trade because look at it, it's already above the blue line, and it wouldn't have been a bad trade if you were able to execute quickly and been like, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for right here. I'm looking to get in above this price point and then sell right here, and that would have been reasonable, a very reasonable trade. But you see how so much things can clutter your mind, so it's sometimes good. I sometimes turn it off like this, and then it looks so much cleaner, and I feel like I can actually see more. And then when I put this one on, it's like it clouds my vision. But those are the indicators I use on the left, on the top left. So each chart has their own. And more or less, they're the same. You could look at these; they're all the same. The only reason sometimes they might not show all of them because it's how cluttered the graph is. And then we have volume. I'll just show you right here on the volume. But volume's also important on here, so I'm gonna try to like. I feel like I'm gonna just try to squeeze it in. Mm, yeah, volume is important. Actually, I'll just show you. I'll just show you guys on the bigger screen, and then I'll flip it back since I have the other stuff. Wait. Oh, never mind. That stock's popping up. I don't really like how it looks though, so I'm not gonna. I think it's this one actually recently. Right now, it's popping up. Mm, I wanna add another window and take off the one I'm displaying. It's making new highs, but I don't feel confident in it, so I'm not gonna really take another trade on it, especially since it rejected off the line. Maybe if it can get above the line, I'll take a trade on it. I think we're cooked on that one. Oh, I can just instead of doing that, I can just disable one. I can disable this. All right. Now you can't really see all of it, but I'll just switch this to the 1 minute because this is a 10-second chart. Uh, And then I'll just remove this just so we can see this one better. Yeah, no, that's way better. Okay, let me hit this. Okay. So here, I'm gonna zoom in so we can actually see better. This is probably gonna form a U-shaped pattern right here. So it's gonna go right here, and then it might make another push to where it's a double. So we call it cup and handle or U-shaped pattern. You can call it what you want. That's a micro pullback right there. So U-shape, and then it sells off a little bit, and then it pushes a little higher. At least that's the pattern I see. Other traders might not see it and might think it's something else. But right here, we have the volume. And if we go back to the day on this stock, when it initially popped up with news, we could, this is actually like a really good example. So this stock pops up, right? And it's outside of the Bollinger Bands, but let's say it wasn't and we didn't really see it. So you see this huge rejection, and it might be because it's a $0.50. It's closer to the $0.50. The high was probably like 766. Maybe there's a big seller, we don't really know, and it shoots down. And then, I mean, traders must have got really worried, but the news must have been so good that people really respected the 9 EMA, and you could have bought really close to the 9 EMA for a new trade. And you kind of see how it keeps rejecting, but it keeps bouncing off the 9 EMA. And then it trades like this. And you could say that once traders probably got more confident, the more it scaled up right here. And it was a bit risky because there's lower volume, so it's hard to get in and out than right here with big volume candles compared to these. But that would have been a good trade right there. And then I guess right here, the volume kind of starts to lessen. And I don't know if you would took a trade over here because the volume's kind of low, but it's still decent, and you have increasing volume. So increasing volume is really good, especially if it's going green, and you can tell how it gets higher, 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 and it starts to get lower. So when it starts to get lower, you have to be cautious, especially if it's going up on lower volume, because there can be sudden flashes, and also not a lot of selling. Like, not a lot of people are going to be buying, especially when it starts to decrease. So, and then right here, that was just a quick lesson on volume and how volume works on the strategy, and how it can be very crucial if you want to catch, because these are the moves you want to catch. You don't really want to trade in between these. Hold up, a stock just popped up. And you can tell right now it has a lot of, like, not a lot of volume, and it's shortable, so I would even trade this stock. So I'm just gonna go back to explaining the thing, the MACD. So let me disconnect this. See, there's like no volume right here. If you really look at the chart like this, like, it's gonna be really hard to get in and out. Like on that other stock, the one I took a big loss on, it's kind of trading like this. Like, there's little volume, but you can get big winners, and it is more risky, but the winners are there if you're willing to take the risk. Because even on low volume, it went to 12 to 15. It's up 19% on the scanner, and the float's 27. And there's news on it too, and it's a good catalyst. It's a good sector, software and IT services, and lately those have been popping up a lot. So back to the MACD. I'm gonna show you on HCI CTI because that works better for my strategy. Those are the stocks I trade. Okay, the stock pops up, people are very unsure. And a lot of the times the MACD will do this. It will kind of look like it's descending to the red line, like it's gonna go below, but it's not. And it kind of does a bounce also. So you have to be careful with the switch over right here. But you have volume also right here. You have selling volume. And you have these lines. Now, all I know is you want these two lines to diverge. You don't want them to cross at all. You want them, you want the blue line to be pretty strong above if you're gonna take a trade or simply if you are in a trade. If it's below, like if the blue line is below like this over here, you don't trade it. Well, you can trade it, but it's more risky of getting a false breakout. So a false breakout would be this. This is a false breakout. You see, it takes a dip to 20 and then it builds up and then you see this candle how it kind of pushes higher than these two candles. So traders probably think, "Oh, this is a good trade. We're going to take this candle to make a new high up to 10." But maybe they don't have the MACD indicator over here and it's already crossed over. So this trade is kind of invalid for a new high. But sometimes they do work out. Sometimes there will be enough buyers that it will push this to 10 and then it might do a false breakout. Or there's so much buyers that the lines actually go over so they start to diverge again. And that's how this indicator really works. It works well. I like using it a lot. It's probably one of my favorite paired up with volume. And then, so these are the tools on the left on the charts. These are the tools. You have like a lot of things if people like drawing or doing things like that. I don't really do that. I do use lines though. Channels, um, channels I feel like is more for large cap trading. We I rarely use this. I feel like there's probably people that know how to use it better, but it just doesn't make sense to me on how to really use it. Because yes, it looks good, but like how are you gonna draw that out like without knowing the chart ahead? So that's kind of not how I trade. Some people like using I use pitchforks. I don't know how to use pitchforks. I don't want to learn either. I know people use Fibonacci. Yeah.
Or did I just see it wrong?
The candle was plus? What do you mean the candle was plus?
Your mic's on.
It's okay.
I can't focus because I could just, like,
Just mute it, bruh.
oh. Okay, I muted it.
Okay, so what plus are you talking about?
Maybe if I see it again, I'll tell you.
I'm trying to remember the plus. I don't really remember talking about a plus. Like, was it something I touched acá?
No, I don't even know if this is the same chart you're showing me.
This?
No, I think it was a different chart.
Oh, was it a candlestick or was it a chart? Oh, I remember. I know which one. You're talking about one that kind of. This one. This one?
No. Also, why is that one like that? Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's low volume. So it barely has like anything. Like on the 5, it's because there's low volume. So on the 1 minute, it looks like there's like nothing. And that's how it trades. And on the 5 minute, it looks a little bit better, but.
basically, I will lose all my money.
Huh?
So basically, I would lose all my money.
That's the thing. I feel like there's only a certain selective number of people that can actually trade this like correctly. Like there's some people that are really good at trading stocks like these. But
You know what's crazy?
hmm.
That I called off work. I told her that that my stomach was hurting, and now my stomach is hurting. Like, that's crazy.
¿Por qué mientes?
Because then I would get in trouble for not going in on time. So I'd rather just, like, I just said I was waiting it out, and then that it was still hurting, and now it's hurting. So,
Oh, let me show you the trade I took. It was this. This right here. So I pointed these two and I said, well, this is descending resistance. And if we can get above this resistance, we can look for a new high. It's like, okay, maybe a lot of traders have it pointed out already. Then it starts trailing back. And then I notice right here, it kind of like goes to 10.
I can't see anymore.
Oh, I can move it. And then right here, it starts going down. I'm like, okay. And then I see volume increase right here on 10. And then I'm all like, I think it's gonna break this candle. And I was right. It was going to break that candle. So I took a trade. I think it was at 10:07 is my full entry. 10:05 and 10:07. So we'll say 10:07. So 10:07 is like right here. So I bought right here on where this line's at. And then it goes.
What is the orange line?
Baby, I just told you that's VWAP.
Oh, okay, what's the purple?
That's the 200 EMA, and it says right here in the colors. You see the color of the numbers? It tells you what it is. And then on the right, I also put them, but you can't see it.
My dad called me when you were showing me, so just kind of like, what is the float again?
The float's like share size, you could say.
And the market cap.
It's like the money, basically.
Mm.
So you do, so I think it's to get market cap, you do share size or float times the dollar of the stock, and then you get the market cap. That's basically like money.
Well, what is the volume based off of? Because it says like 31K.
Oh,
Basically.
that's basically how many times it's been traded. So right here, it has 162,000 shares of volume.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it basically means. It's nothing more, nothing less. I wouldn't really worry about like what it is, more like what you want to see.
So if it's going up, then why is it red? Or does that mean it's going down?
That's because we have ascending resistance right here,
Mm.
and resistance plays a key part in trading, like drawing lines. Like it's hard to draw lines on time frames, but you could see that. I can tell kind of by just looking at the chart right here. If I mark this one out, it's gonna touch this one. Watch. So I'm probably gonna mark this one with that one, and we'll see well how close it gets. See, it touches that one. So it's like the more you train your eye to see things with the line, the more you can actually basically see. So you could have took this trade. It would have been a very good trade. Very reasonable too, because it's touching the bottom resistance line. But you see how it dips, and when it dips below, it flashes. That's mostly because this line was a good support line. A lot of traders really looked at it and, gave it some time and effort and thought it was good.
Well,
But
why are some green candles lower than the red ones?
like, can you point to me a green candle that's lower?
I can't point. Go.
Maybe like this one?
Like, no.
I'm gonna zoom in so I can show you.
Go like where you put the line. Like on those two candles.
Hold up. There's a stock popping up. It's below $2, so I'm not gonna trade it. I just want to see the bid and the ask, the level 2. Okay. Okay, you were asking?
That's not the same chart.
I know, I'm pulling it up.
Can you put it back how it was so I could see? Okay, wait. Go a little to the right. Like, go a little. Okay, can you, like, I can't see anymore. Can you
This
pull
one?
it? So, you're close. No, go back a little to the left. Like put your cursor to the left a little. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. The one that's. Keep going. Essa. No. No.
Oh, this one?
No, the one to the right of that. The one that's down. The green one that's below the red one.
This one right here.
No.
Here, I'm gonna draw it just so it looks more clear.
No, don't move it. You're right there.
We're talking about this, okay?
No. I'm talking about the one next to it, the right one.
Oh, this one?
No, keep going to the right, baby. You're so close. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one?
No, right there, those three.
Okay.
These three.
Let's
Why is
let's
the green one lower than the red one?
let's see. You're talking about like why is it like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it below the red one if
Well,
it's
let's
green?
take a look at. So you see the top left? The numbers are hella small. Do you see the top left?
Top left.
You see like how it says 960, 973,
Yeah,
960, 973. Okay. So it hit a low of 960, all right? But it also opened at 960
Mm-hmm.
and then it closed at 973 and it also made a high of 973. The reason it closed green instead of red is because of what it opened at. You see how this one, I'm going to do the one next to it. The one opened at 967 and even closed 1 cent higher, 968. It's still green. And then right here, it did the same thing. Just because it goes below doesn't mean it's going to be red. So you could be like right here and you can be like, oh yeah, traders, bought it up. They like this price on 973 and 960. And they're like, and then you see how right here, it opened at 1008. It did a high at 1008. But then it said it sold below. It sold to the low of 992. And it also closed at 992. Opened at 940, high was 1020, 932, and it closed at 1006.
Numbers.
Where?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's because I didn't show the candle. But it's right here. It's in the top left, the green numbers.
Did you freeze? Move your cursor on.
Bruh, I'm literally green on a red candlestick. I mean, I'm green. Yeah, I'm on a green candlestick. This big one right here.
No, yeah, I know, but I think the screen froze.
Bruh, I know it didn't freeze. I think.
Oh, I paused it. Oh my god.
Do you see this green one? You know what you're looking at though, right? Already? The green numbers on the top
Yeah, I
left.
see it now.
Okay.
It's just I didn't know it paused my screen earlier.
Yeah. But and then you can also do well, you see an example right here of descending and ascending. So this is, we call it ascending resistance, and this is what we call descending resistance because it's always topping. The top, you see, you get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hits the high, and that's how we usually do it. These are like tools. I didn't show you them very well, but people use them. I don't really use them, to be honest. Like, I guess it kind of, the way the Fibonacci works, people say I don't really have a good study, but it's because the number always chases to a certain number. That's why people use it or something. And like, I don't know how to use it. And I feel like it just clutters my space, so I never use it, even though people say it's a good trading tool. I don't use it. You have all these Fibonacci, Fib, whatever spirals. You can start drawing circles on it, bro. Like, I don't know what any of these really do. All right. Let's see. We have patterns. Patterns are really important. I would say like they're as close as important to drawing lines. We could probably draw a pattern on this one. This would probably be like a triangle pattern. You can kind of see the triangle. But obviously it would be like this. The triangle pattern, which is basically a bull flag, bro. That's literally what we call it, a bull flag. So patterns, I don't really use this that much. I mean, you can see this triangle too, like right here. Like you could somewhat see it. That's the triangle. I don't I don't really use this stuff. I don't even know what it really means. I guess people do that. I know what certain stuff means. Like this stuff is like people want to see like their profit to loss ratio because they want to see their metrics and see like if it's a good trade, if they will make what they want, if they want like a 2-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1 ratio. People use that. I don't have time to use that though, so I don't really think about that. I kind of do it in my head, and cent wise. That one, that one. None of these are. They start having fucking triangles and stuff. Text, if you want text, emojis. Rulers to measure. I don't really know what that's for. Zoom in, magnets to close. I don't use that either. I sometimes stay in drawing mode, and then lock all drawings is cool. Hide all drawings is pretty cool too, if you want a clear vision. You have trash and star. But right here, I have like the graph. I made this right here, so I can put it right here, and I can watch it whenever I want. Because these are the ones I use the most. The horizontal line, extended line. That's really it. That's all I use. Because it's quick and easy, and you can just. It's not like I have to be drawing hella. All right, so I think you kind of get the horizontal line more. You see, like the resistance right here. You see how it touches, and it kind of touches again and it breaks. And then right here, it touches for the third time, but it stays above. So horizontal line is pretty cool. I like it. What else? And this is like the price right here. You have settings right here. You don't really mess with that a whole lot. I don't. Um, okay. This is probably like one of the most important parts in trading is the time frame. The way the time frame worked is it was confusing for me learning it the first time, but once you know what it really means and how it works, it becomes simpler to understand. All right, so 1 minute. This is the price moving on a 1 minute, and it looks mostly and sometimes different from any other time frame. It'll look different. It'll look weird. It might look similar, but it's not right. It looks very weird when you look at different charts with different time frames, and that's normal. But if it matches the 5 minute and the 1 minute, so it has multi time frame alignment, the trade becomes even better chance of being a winner or whatever you're trying to do. If you're going short or if you're going long, is what you want is multi time frame alignment. So time frame is basically we have a 15-minute right here. You see on the top left 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart. So for every one candle, it represents 15 minutes. So 3 5-minute candles would represent one candlestick of the 15-minute. And then do you get what I'm going here?
Maybe how do you look at all of this in like seconds because doesn't like a trade could happen in like seconds or like something and it's good.
Yeah, I feel like okay, so I get what you're saying. You're saying we have to look at every chart. But the thing is,
No, like one chart like for the one trade that you're looking
well, I
at.
look at 4 charts when I take a trade at one time.
Come on, I thought it was just one chart
No,
represented
no, no,
one
no.
trade.
Mm-mm. So you can take a trade on a chart, like on a certain chart, like on the 1 minute, and you can also exit on the 1 minute. And it's usually good to match it. So if you see an entry on the 1 minute and you see the 5 minutes, like it's pretty good. Like, it's going up and it looks like it's gonna make a new high day, just like the 1 minute.
Mm,
If we're gonna be like, well, do I want to take the trade on the 5 minute or the 1 minute? The 5 minute looks kind of wonky, but it's gonna make a new high day. And that's when multi-time frame alignment comes into hand, and it even greatly increases your odds of having a good trade if there's multi-time frame alignment. So I could look at this chart and be like, oh yeah, this chart looks pretty good. But on the 5 minute, it might look gaga, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I have the right conviction to take the trade because on the 5 minute it looks bad, and I could also be like on the daily it looks bad. The only thing that looks good is the 1 minute. And then you might be like, well, I'm not going to take that trade because the 1 minute looks bad, and it's most likely going to be a loser if I take that trade.
mm. So how you look at everything?
It's
So
because you have to look at it quickly, if I'm being quite honest. Like, let's say a stock pops up, you hear the beep. What I like to do is I like looking at the 1 minute. People say it's better to look at the daily. I don't look at the daily. If I look at the 1 minute, I say, there's no volume on it. It's below MACD, and then it's below VWAP, and then it's not going higher like this. I'm not gonna look at it. But if it does, then I'm gonna go to the daily. Remember the 200 EMA, the purple line? I'm gonna look at the daily. Well, you can't really see it fully, but this is the line I'm talking about on the daily. D stands for daily or day. I say daily. The 200 EMA is what I look at only. That's the only thing I really look at on the daily. So it can be small. And then I have a 10-second chart. So a 10-second chart, 6 candles equal a 1 minute chart. So that's even a more zoomed in time frame. But you can do micro pullbacks. So those are like second pullbacks, second entries that you're looking for, like the right execution. Because if a stock is going from 9 to 950 to 10 to 1050 to 11, there on the 1 minute there might not be no entry, like right here. You see how we go from, well, I can't show you the right, but the price was, it went to 8, and then from 8 it went to 850, and then from 850 it went to 9, and then 950, and then it reached a high of 977. That was 1 minute candle, so where was the entry if it just kept going up? Well, the 10-second breaks that down. The 10 seconds shows us the dips, the little dips that there were during that trade. And that's why I use the 10-second also, but I can't display it on the screen because it's already so much on the screen, I can only fit so much. So that's why I don't really show the 10-second. I show the 10 seconds like probably the least important to me, and most likely the least important to everyone else because a lot of people don't use it. But I find it useful for entries like micro pullbacks, like quick entries. The stock is going super fast and high. I need to get an entry in. I can't use the 1 minute because it seems like I'm chasing the move. So I'm basically feeding into greed because I want to get in. And I can't just get in because, it just keeps moving higher. I have to see something if I really want to get in. But yeah, that's time frames. Time frames is the most important thing. And then you have ticker symbol. This is where you type in the stock. So if you want to look at like Amazon, you type in AMZN. The only thing is you have to like know the ticker symbol if you're going to put it in. Does that make sense?
Mm.
So yeah, like if you want to look at what's another stock that you like.
Mm. Hmm. Let's look at Spotify Plus.
So Spot, SPOT, and then you could actually look at this and be like, that shit jumped up from 62 to 470. That's like a 8 point move. Some people use points. I like using dollars. So that's an $8 move. Or pips. People say pips, points, call it what you want. It's the same thing. So points a dollar. I like saying $8. But you can kind of tell, you see how it's kind of like right here. Right here, you're going to have some resistance because of this right here. Because it tried to make a new high, it didn't break, so now that's resistance. It did look like it broke over though. It's at 470. This was a high of 475. But the problem with large cap is that there's more of like institutional investing. So that's like that's like the higher ups. And the more money you have, the more you can manipulate the market. And basically, you know, those institutional people that trade or algos or huh?
How's it doing right now?
What?
I said, so how is it doing right now?
I mean, it's up $8, so it's pretty good right now. It's back to what it was. It's back to the high it was on yesterday.
Mm.
Well, it's over that high.
Where do you see that though?
Where do I see that? Well, you see the bottom left, February 25th. It's
Mm.
right below the cursor right here. You see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If we keep, this is the 26th. And then we can just look at it on the 5 minute, unless on the 1 minute it might look a little different, especially on the daily. But on the 5 minute, it's on high day. And then now we're in the 24th. So yesterday's high was right here, 470.05. And we're already at 470.88. So it's a high, basically. And then I think that's it that you really have to know. The time frames, where you input your ticker symbol, and then you can change like the color or what kind of candlesticks you want. I don't, I can't read that shit. So like people can do it. They have a lot of different ones. I like looking at candles. You can make them hollow too, and then you can also color your candles pink if you want, like girl traders do. Every girl trader I see, they color it pink, and then some guy traders, they'll color it blue. I mean, it doesn't have to be all that. I think it's good just to have the basic green, red, simple, straightforward. And then you have your indicators right here. If you have an indicator you like, you can put it up on here. This is kind of like templates. This is a refresher chart. This is like the back arrow if you want to undo a mistake that you accidentally did. And then right here is basically the profile that I use. And then I have like, I can link these charts up. So next to it is basically I'll just show you right here. The magnifying, settings, full screen, snapshot, and then this is what I use to link charts so that when I click a stock, it shows up for everyone. Well, it shows up for my charts, but therefore I'm streaming off a different browser. So I have like a different browser open for just the people watching, and then I have my own browser that I look at, scanner stuff, since I can't fit it all. And that's basically the overview. It looks like a lot because obviously you don't look at it a lot, but over the time, the more you look at it, the more you can see really what's going on. Go back to the 10-second on this one. My head. Oh, I feel bad for the people that are watching on TikTok, bruh. They could not see a thing of what I was talking about.
There's people on TikTok.
I think I did. I had actually like two yesterday, 2 or 3 watching on TikTok.
Let me check.
Alright, it's time to lock in. We got the stocks popping up. Let me fix my keyboard.
Doesn't show your live on TikTok.
I think it's because I'm live on the web browser. I think you're right. It doesn't let me stream on what you said. Oh no, it actually doesn't. That's weird. I might have to fix that. I know why it's not. Am I live on Twitch?
I don't think I have your Twitch.
Then how did Chris find my Twitch?
Is it the same user?
Really? Oh yeah.
I'm asking if it's the same user.
I think so. That's okay. I just checked. It is.
I can't see you.
I'm turning down the volume because, dude, that's way too loud. Yeah, it's because I actually just checked. It doesn't have the orange dots, so that means I'm not streaming. It's okay though. I'll just start streaming right now on TikTok. I need what's it called? I need to get the title name of what I should call it. Yeah, they're all working besides the one on TikTok. I feel like TikTok's the hardest to actually get to work. That's the only one I don't like. But I think it's because it's on a different look. So I'm up $26. Right now, I don't know if I should take a trade. I think I should wait for something that actually represents me. I know I see this Albert stock popping up, but I don't think you're gonna get 10 cents out of it. I feel like it has a more higher chance of false breaking, so I don't think it's for me. So I guess I have to be more strict on what I trade, especially since yesterday.
So how is Robinhood doing right now?
My Robinhood, Fidelity, just shot up 10 cents on the micro pullback. I never trade those stocks though. I always get scared that it's gonna do a false breakout on me. I can check right now on Robin.
So once I get my money back.
It bounced off 76, went to a high of 77. It looks like it's bouncing off the 200 EMA on the 5-minute. I mean, it's if it can break over $78, which is at 77, then it can make a new high. We got this I'll beat stock popping up in real estate. You have room to you kind of have room to like the new high, I guess. If you can, probably like a high of 90. Like on the 5-minute, it looks fantastic. Even on the 1-minute, the micro pullback looks really good.
I can get my money back. You're saying I can get my money back?
Yeah, there's a chance. But it's the stock market. There's a chance for anything. There's a chance that the Spotify could go down. Then you could lose all your money. Like, you're not gonna be green on everything. That's the reality. I showed you yesterday, bro.
Because I'm him, bro.
You have to have dignity in trading.
I'm him.
Once you don't accept your losses, that's when you lost.
No, I'm him.
That's true, bro. Watch, you're gonna lose today because you're saying that stuff. You're gonna lose more money.
I'm him.
Vas a ver, bro. Vas a ver.
So what is all the green, red, blue, yellow?
With what? What's green? Oh, those are the markets. So those are basically what charge me a commission for trading. So the market, we have ARCA, EDGX, and NASDAQ, BATS. Those are the names. I'm naming off the names, obviously. So each one of those is a market, and they're basically putting their bids and their ask on. We call this the level 2. I don't know what else anyone else would call it. I call it level 2. It's mostly called level 2 from what I know. And yeah, that's what it is. It's basically how people direct information from one place to another, showing traders what there is and what there isn't. You have to be pretty good at reading this if you want to take trades, though, like quick trades. Like right now, you see the 174 on the right side.
No.
It was quickly. It was like a blink of an eye. You had to really like 111 right there. You see? 111. That's a seller trying to sell. Now 210. Would you really take a trade right here when there's 210, 220? Someone's trying to sell it? No. That means there's a resistance. There's someone trying to get out of their position. Right there. If we come back to 87, there's 210 again. 220. It breaks over. But that's how these stocks are. Just because a lot of people can buy a lot of shares. Like you could buy a lot of shares of the stock. You can buy 100 shares for $100,
Mm.
and like people will be buying 10,000 shares, 100,000 shares, because 10,000 isn't really a lot to them for what they're risking. So they have to take big share size. But in in reality, the commissions just stack up. So that's why I don't take trades on these small cap stocks, since I'm paying a commission. A lot of people, overall, a lot of traders that trade the market don't pay commissions. They use commission free brokers like Fidelity, Robinhood, Webull. Those are the stocks that are free commission brokers. So they don't have to pay a cent. The market, or the brokers, I should say, the ones that in the apps, they make money off you trading. And your order doesn't go on the market on here of what we're saying right now. If you wanted to buy or sell, it goes within the institution, so within the market. Since they have shares of their own, they'll just sell you their shares that they have in that circulation, if that makes sense. But you see how it keeps pushing higher?
So do colors mean anything?
Yeah, it's the market. Colors also show you the lower price. Green is the lowest price you can get if you want to buy or sell. And basically red and below. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And then you see yellow. You see all the way at the bottom. It's like 5. It's gray, stuff like that. So it's just columns, like the best price and stuff like that. But green on this is very important. That's like one of my entries is green. If I see green, I buy, but it has to be quite a bit of green on this stock, especially because people just buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, and because they're fighting over pennies right now. This stock most likely won't go over $1, and I feel like all traders know that. It'll probably touch $1 and then it'll go down because $1 is a huge psychological level. And if it goes above $1, it goes above $1, but I wouldn't trade it anything below $2. And I learned my lesson from that because I always get stopped out. Maybe because I'm buying too high or something. But it most likely will go, to $1, and then it'll start retracing. Or maybe it's strong enough it just passes by the $1. But what I feel right now is I don't think it's gonna go through $1. But hopefully it does go through $1 for the people that are in the trade. So now it's at 99. $102, $103. $113, $114. Now it's starting to go crazy. And you could say this is FOMO. No, this is FOMO. Now it's at 120. You could see that. You see that increasing volume. Since traders feel like there's nothing else to trade and they need to get it out. It just happened right here. And that can mess up a stock. Because if someone looks at a stock and they see it, they see a bottoming tail, they won't trade it. And that's what happened to HCTI. People bought it up really quickly and then it flashed down, and then traders don't feel comfortable taking the trade no more.
Okay, hold on, I need to go back.
Okay. $117. Most likely the move's over.
What kind of trades do you take?
There's actually like 5 trades that have to be within the criteria. It's price, and then it's flow. It's also it can also be a mixture of catalysts, so like news, so like how it is, how the market is flowing, and then we also need relative volume. And then I kind of stray from it has to also be up a bit. So like it has to have like a good percentage gap if that makes sense. So it has to be up like 10 to 20%.
I'm saying, do you have any dailies that you trade or not?
Any what?
Like dailies, like the same ones that you trade or not?
No, this is small market cap, so we don't usually trade the same stock because to be quite frankly, they're shitty stocks and they'll fall after the move most likely. There's been rarely some stocks that will keep going up and be good long term, but most of these stocks we never hold. We buy, sell, and that's it. Yeah, but we don't hold stocks. Like I think if I did large cap, I would. It's more of like a holding a stock. I feel like it'd be harder to day trade those, like the ones that we buy, the large cap, because they cost so much money. They basically qualify as large cap, and the float that they have makes them that. But yeah, I don't like stocks below $2, so I try not to trade anything below $2. I feel like 4 to 3 to 5 is like my perfect range. Anything like above 7 or 8, it kind of starts to get a bit a bit scary, but I feel like I could still take it. Now, when we get in the double digits, it's like a lot more risky, but there can still be good trades. So my range is 2 to 20.
What is it? What? It's just an ordinary crabby.
Mi compa de trabajo.
But you see how it is, like the level 2.
Mhm.
You see how there's like a lot of numbers on the right and left, like 136 and then 57, 84. You see all those numbers? That's like all the sellers and buyers. And we would call this stock a grinder because it only goes up 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. And the more you hold it, the riskier it gets because it can just, you, you can see how it pops up like that. Well, it can do the same going down. It can drop just like that. So you want to be in a trade, if it's going to be popping. There's a 27,000 buyer at 125. Damn. Oh, a lot of stocks have news, but none of them are really popping up. We need another HCTI, bruh. Probably gonna reverse right here on MACD. MACD looks like it's gonna cross below, especially with that topping tail on the 5 minute. You have a candle of indecisiveness, so it doesn't know the market if it wants to go down or up. But on the 1 minute, it does have a bottoming tail. On the 10-second, it looks like it's selling off too.
Hey guys, this 11,000-pound two-post clip is currently offered with big discount.
Really? Does it work?
Of course. Look, the lift provides a clear floor space for under-vehicle maintenance work. It's stable and safe, with manual releases from both sides, rubber padding for door opening protection, from on a $220 50 for
Oh, my mom's calling me.
Alright.
Me on the
Hmm?
back. I'm sleepy.
Hi, sweetie. Baby, I'm hungry.
Is your mic still on?
I know.
What?
I know.
Yeah, everybody's leaving the live. Yeah, yeah, cagaste.
I don't care.
Yeah, cagaste.
Oh, they'll be back, bruh. RXT. It looks good, but it's a large cap with all the float it has. No, I wouldn't even classify as. Oh, yeah, it kind of is, yeah. It's too high. Lately, stocks have been popping up at towards the end of the day, so I'd say like close to market open, like 9:10, 9:05. Let's see if something pops up on this timer at 8:30. I believe I believe there's a pretty high chance of it news popping up at 8:30. So that's what I'm gonna watch and wait for and see. She gon' call me baby boom.
No.
Why do you think old people cough? Like have trouble coughing, or
Is
they
that
cough?
because your dad's coughing
You,
from the back?
you hear it?
Yeah.
You have good hearing. But why do you think that is?
Maybe long problems.
Maybe what?
Maybe long problems.
Oh. Oh yeah, he used to smoke.
No.
Lung?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said I used to smoke. I said no.
No, I never smoked.
No, I thought you said me.
You used to smoke?
No, that's why I said no.
Oh. Jingle gong. Albert looks like it's trying to push higher, but it can't even push over 9. If it can push over 21, 22, you could see an extension probably start to excel. But it's below MACD, so it kind of makes it a little bit risky. The high.
Yes. Longs are getting
maybe. But I don't know what that would cause coughing. Because my teacher
And I don't
also.
know.
Huh?
I don't know and I don't know if like whatever he's breathing in, like when he works on cars, like does he even put on a mask like for all the dust or rust and all the debris?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I try to hold my breath when I start getting around like brake dust. Because that's
Yeah,
very harmful. I don't breathe that shit in.
exactly.
He does it too, though. My other mechanic teacher has the same thing, so maybe it is correlated to the same breathing problem. Like during when he's talking, he'll just like cough really, really loud. Then he can't even like talk for like 10 seconds, and then he's like, "Okay, back to the lesson." Yeah. Looks like Albert's gonna break over 122, but it looks like sellers just keep trying to push it down. They're not letting it go any higher. So it is making newer, like slowly newer highs. So I wouldn't be surprised if it broke right here. But it's also below MACD, so I think one of them's gonna give out, and I feel like most likely, huh?
Can you say that? Can you say that these trades are predictable? Like with the news and everything? Like it's
Um,
gonna go up or down?
I think
Like,
it's
would you say it's predictable or no?
I think it's predictable the price range right now. Like I can tell you that's trading in between 118 and 122 or 121, simply because it doesn't go any high. Oh, there you go. It just broke 25. Now would you trade the BGLE? Hi, new stock just popped up. BGLE, 100 share buyer. If we can get over 3, I want to buy it somewhere over 3. It's on no news, so I don't know if it's even possible to go over 3. It seems like it keeps selling off. Float's 14 million, so it's higher than usual. What I likely expect. If there's no good trade, I'm not going to take it, obviously. Kind of a bottoming tail, 255. You can see quite a bit of selling. They're just stacking up on the axe now. 132, 132 at 43, 47 now. Yeah, it's a no trade. It's already retraced more than half of the move. Only 13% up. Has good amount of volume, but if they would have put out news with it, I feel like it would have been a better move. You could do a dip right here at 22.33, buying on the ask. But no, I want to be trading when it's going up. I don't want to do a dip off the low, the candle. That's not how I trade. So maybe maybe it goes up, but that's a huge selling candle, and on the 5 minute, it looks even worse. I guess there was no news at 8:30 also.
So it is predictable or no?
Oh, for Albert or LBT? I just call it Albert, but I don't know why.
Like stocks in general.
Um, if you can get in the flow state, yeah, it is predictable. And if you feel even more confident, because each one tacks on a point, I feel like there's so many points that you can tack on to make it predictable. So everything has to be pretty good for you to basically make it predictable. And I could see why ALBT went up because of headline. And then BGLE, Blue Gold announced 10 million strategic pipe investment from Huda Hudson Dunes at $4 per share. No, I'm surprised why that didn't pop up the stock if it was at $4 per share. Maybe it's something bad. Maybe they don't like the person that invested in it. Who knows? Maybe people were just taking profit at $3. Yeah. I mean, the headline seems good to me, but I think people don't like it, so that's why it sold off. But yeah, things can be predictable if, huh?
You don't. Oh, sorry.
What were you gonna say?
You don't ever get like a little bored when there's nothing. Like,
Yeah, that's when impulses start to come up.
like you're starting to lose patience.
Yeah, I feel like you start to lose patience the longer you go, into trading. Like,
what do you do? Like when you don't have anything?
I sometimes just scroll on TikTok actually, and then when I hear the beep, I just get back into it because I feel like I need my brain just to like doze off. And the more I keep looking, the more I keep trying to trade, especially if there's nothing. I'll try to keep clicking and look for that next trade. But if you keep looking really hard, it's most likely not obvious and it's not there and no one's looking at it. So it's good to rest that mind a little bit. Because when I wake up at 3:30, I don't eat breakfast. I'll drink.
Well, not that early, but like like later on, like when you're around like right now.
I wait till the day's over, or the market's over. It's 5:35. I've been up for like an hour 30 minutes. An hour? No, more than an hour. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah. BGLE popping up.
Sounds 1 hour 30.
No, because 1 hour and 30 minutes would be 4:35.
But that's
No, it would be four. It would be four. So I've been up for 2 hours.
The stream.
The stream's been up for like 2 hours too.
Oh, it's 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, I started at 4. So yeah, it's around 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. I started at 4. I wake up at like 3:20, 3:30. I set up everything. It takes me a little bit longer. That's why I wake up a little bit earlier. I used to wake up at like 3:40, 3:40, 3:35. Now it'd be okay, but now it's just like I wake up too late. And to set up everything, it takes me like a good 5 to 10 minutes because I also meditate before I trade. And that's like another 5 to 10 minutes.
Is there anything that you do after?
I'll log the trade. So I need to be more disciplined in that and like actually inputting the trade.
Like, do you take any notes for the next?
Yeah, that's what it is. I need to do more on that because once the stream's done, I'll log the trade, I'll save it, but I won't import it to TraderView. That's what I use to log trades, and I haven't been doing that for a while. So, and I have so many trades. I have like 40 to 30 plus days. I have them saved onto my computer, but I never like exported them to take notes and see what I could do better and stuff like that. So I need to do that more. I'll probably start on a day where I can just export them and then just look over them and see what I was saying in notes wise. I'll just do like 10 a day or something like that so I don't get burned out. 246, 245. It looks pretty good, honestly. But it's decreasing buying volume, so I don't think I would buy here, actually. Even though it's above MACD, I feel like it's a little bit risky. Maybe if this candle might go crazy right here. AI. What is AI? Wall Street Breakfast Podcast C3 AI Big Mess. There's that 100 Well, it's not 100. It's actually 10,000. No, it's a thousand. 1,000 person on the ask. 1,000 seller on the ask. 6,000. 5,000. 2,000. Buy. Probably right there. And it doesn't move at all. And then you would get out the position because it looks like it was going to break and it didn't. Inching higher. And phew, there it goes. There it just drops. So yeah, I would say you can predict the market pretty well if you have a good mindset.
Mm.
But not every prediction's right. So you have to also take into account. And you also have to take into account that you're going to lose money. And you also have to have a good attitude. And you have to do this even when you're upset or mad. Like, guess what? People just bought at 43. And the stock just went all the way down to 10 cents. That's 430. And guess what? It's probably going to rip without them. It's probably going to go higher right here. It's a topping tail. So people are upset right now, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna take another trade right here. You know what? We're gonna break over 450. And let's see what would have happened if they bought at 450, because they got upset again that it just went a bit higher without them, and they sold at the bottom. Would they have? Well, they probably are gonna lose money again because they're feeling emotional. Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a piss.